Nocta is still a really strong pick into the bottom lane, considering they have the Hecarim already. They have the likes of Orianna for the crowd control. It could be the perspective here that KT.RY could pivot themselves into. So INV Esports removing this is actually a clever move.
4 marksmen targeted away. What will be the marksman here for KT.RY? Tristana is an option. Leona going to get locked in here by Zero.
Yeah, they did this before and they're doing it again. I think Leona is something that KT.RY could utilize. But there's no Sivir availability because this is what we've seen before. Like Sivir being paired with the likes of Leona and Nautilus, because when you have the Sivir, you really want that team fighting.
Exactly.
But this time around, still a big question mark. Like, who's the ADC going to be?
I think, yeah, it's so hard to think about what will be the best pairing because they need a heavy AD, right? Like, if they ever pick up the Corki, they're so heavy on the magic side that they will clearly lack. Kai'Sa is okay. Kai'Sa is okay. Ashe is better, right? Those are the 2 options. But we'll have to find out soon. I mean, you know, if they really want to enjoy themselves, they can even pick up the Samira, because why not, rather? Samira running alongside Hecarim and then alongside the Leona for the resets, that will be a delight to see. But Tristana. Okay, Tristana is still going to be picked up here. Now, on the other side, you look at the pickup on the Kha'Zix. That also means that the Aatrox will be played on the top side, which is kind of surprising. Now, it's going to be the Aatrox versus the Gwen, which I feel is going to favor the Gwen because it's going to be an up-close and personal battle, and Gwen does have a lot of, I would say, spells or skills to avoid all those combos, all those all-ins coming in from the Aatrox.
Yeah, a very mobile champion, right? And the thing about Aatrox is, if you match him up against a mobile champion, it's an uphill battle. It's so hard to fight up against them because you want the CC chains to come through with the Darkness Blade. You want those knockups, and it's very, very difficult to fight up against Gwen at that regard. So at this point in time, it will be a difficult journey here by INV Esports in the series, but if there's one thing for sure, this is the moment we're in. We could find a perspective for them to take a dub. But let's see.
We're most likely going to focus on the top side because I kind of want to see as to how Rattel will be playing on the top side against the Aatrox. I feel that, you know, Rattel will just dominate the lane. It will be a one-sided affair against Belby. I remember Belby, he used to play the mid lane for a team before. And his main champion was the Orianna. That was so long ago, right? And now he's playing the top side for INV against Rattel. I feel for him, dude. Like, I think...
early flash! Oh, that's just criminal, KT.RY. You can't do this. The flash coming into the early game means Dog could just visit.
Right, and the thing here is Dog does have the perfect information that Merly did not go back to regen, back to full health.
This is not right. That flash burn means the world to Kha'Zix, because the thing is, coming into the game, it will definitely be Hecarim who gets that better lead, and Kha'Zix still needs to wait for that opportunity to hit level 5. That will be their timer, right? But right now, how can he reach that when he is being
pushed away, right?
Pushed away by his camp.
And then you look at the way KT.RY went for the support on towards their jungler. As soon as the Gwen got priority on the top lane, that means that he is free to roam and he's free to support the Hecarim.
Yeah.
It's so sad to see that though, because I felt that the flash was not needed to be burnt there by Merly, because there's really no way for you to lock down the Kha'Zix at that point. Like, Acrobat does not have the crowd control that often, you know, gets, I would say, that often gets the heads of all those junglers at level 1. He's not the Leona. They don't have the Leona with them. And so that flash was pretty much these, you know, tells the story of INV. They're really lacking in almost every facet of the game compared to the better teams that we have here in WRLA.
Yeah, and there's another layer to that, right? Because the thing is, Merly could just go reset if he's down low. right? If he goes for the reset, he could now pivot towards the bot quadrant jungle and just go for vertical jungling.
A solo kill!
Rattel, time and time again, each and every single role is being punished. Now Merly looking to utilize the passive. We'll get an answer back, so not as effective, not as bad what happened on upside, but Dawn is looking to pivot themselves, going to the bottom lane. Type-Pro Pam will be able to go for the body slam onto Zero. A good punish, a good deny of that engage, but overall, Invade Esports could utilize this advantage. Target on Zero! But the onslaught of Shadow is just perfect, but Bank will answer back, and Luna going in for the rocket jump. A little bit of an overextension, and BluffX now patting themselves, going into the bottom side. Sankun pull with Tides of Blood. Transfusion on top of that. All, and Leona will fall down face first to the ground.
And Merly leveled up his skill. He did not go for the chase. What is happening right now on the top side? This is a 1-for-1. Rattel getting that solo kill. By the way, it does have the ghost, but the red buff plus the void spike slow down Rattel's basically escape path. And in the bot lane, it was a disaster overall for KT.RY. It started too well, but Type-Pro Pam, again, as you said, with the body slam, that was very timely and basically has decided that dive coming in from KT.RY.
And Rattel once again, right? On top of the kill up against Aatrox, solo kill on top of that, he's controlling the wave. He's controlling the wave in favor of him. It's pushing towards KT.RY, and that is a massive problem because Aatrox wants that distance covered, especially if they're fighting up against Gwen. But this is really unfortunate for Invade.
Unfortunate, but still on the other side, it's it's something positive. You look at Bank; he is above in levels. That's level 7 to level 5. And also, I believe that Bank was able to get at least 2 kills in that exchange. So, is there a win condition for Invade? Oh, definitely. Bank is feeling it right now.
And I love this, right? Invade Esports has the idea that Aatrox cannot win up against Rattel. In any perspective that you look at, in an individual lane matchup, Rattel will win 100%, especially with the solo kill, how he froze the wave, how he got the level lead up against Aatrox, and now with a switch in lanes, this will have a better fighting chance for the likes of Invade.
Yeah, and now they're playing tag. They don't want to give Rattel a free lane. So they're going to reset back towards their base. And you know what happens when it comes to this, I would say, chaseroo?
You go back and forth?
The better team will be able to catch you off guard with your rotations. And now KT.RY does have the opportunity to force the hand of Invade, since there's now an objective to fight for in this Rift Herald.
Yeah, Invade Esports now starting the Rift Herald. KT.RY has information though, so this will be the knowledge that KT.RY needs. Now Solar Flare already used it, and Blade will not connect, so Swiftcast will push back Daw. But right now Rift Herald is brought down to 700 HP. KT.RY steals it away from Invade. And right now, Luna will go back onto their own jungle. The chase will not occur, and Luna will go out unscathed. And Zero jumps into Pro Pam, not going to give any breathing room for them to take that kill. And KT.RY punishes Invade.
That's a very dominating team fight right now. I believe that's a 3-for-0, right? Onslaught of Shadow coming in from Zero and just targeting down the Kha'Zix, plus taking that seal away. Luna surviving in the end was a cherry on top, and Invade, with all the advantage that Bank was able to get, that timely kiting coming in from Zero and company was actually enough for them to mitigate the damage coming in from the Zeri. And so now KT.RY is back in the lead, and this is very much a one-sided affair now. If you think about, the way that Rattel is playing out of his mind right now in the laning phase, just imagine him joining them in team fights.
Solar Flare and BluffX has to use the Sanguine Pool. That's pretty much it. This is the safety net that Vladimir has, but overall KT.RY is showing their dominance.
Yep. And now they will be helping Acrobat even further by opening up this lane in the mid lane. Now Bank and Type-Pro Pam has to be careful because Zero and company is here on the top side. They can go for an engage, although there is no Solar Flare available to Zero.
Yeah, Zero now going in. The body slam is there for Type-Pro Pam. Now as well, but Zero is just too tanky. But back,
wait,
we'll be able to get that 1-for-1 though.
It's a 1-for-0.
A 1 for null? It is. Gragas just went down. KT.RY.
Invade. They lack damage. Zero survived with literally 1 HP. Now Rattel is just enjoying himself with the backup of Daw. This is another casualty for Invade.
Outside of Shadow, fears him. No escape. Uses the flash. But what is the flash for if Daw's just too quick to jump in?
Yeah, plenty of mobility. Now KT.RY could just target down this tower in the bot lane a couple of seconds, and there you go. The tower plates are now gone, which means that Rattel can just shred down this tower in an instant. Another advantage over to KT.RY, and no one's stopping them right now. This is pretty much the same thing that we've seen from Wild Esports from their 9 straight losses, right? Like, their decision-making and micro decision-making as well is being punished heavily by the better teams, and so far so good for KT.RY.
And macro plays as well. I think macro plays, KT.RY has been very impeccable when it comes to their rotations, when it comes to utilizing the advantage and getting value somewhere else. If you're looking at the map currently, there's no more tier 1 in mid, there's no more tier 1 in bot. It is how KT.RY utilize their advantage to push back Invade if they focus one side of the map or the other.
And to add insult onto the injury, Invade overcommits onto one side and it's not even able to take an advantage on that side alone. Like, just the fact that Zero survived that all-in earlier, now they're going all-in again.
Solar
and
flare.
That's easy. What?
Solar Flare slows down, Zero stuns, and then you have Luna just pushing him back with the ultimate as well. It's just layers upon layers upon layers of dominance here by KT.RY. And once again, macro play. Tier 2 turrets already broken down in top side.
Really?
Tier 2, 400 HP left into the mid lane. It's just too massive of a lead.
Zero even had the flash to make sure that no one will be able to chase him down right then and there. KT.RY in a commanding lead right now at 9 minutes. That's 5k gold advantage. Was able to take down 2 towers on the top side, and that just means that KT.RY has just opened up the map for themselves. All tier 1 gone in an instant, and they will have the perfect opportunity to plant their vision around the objectives that they want to really secure all the remaining dragons. I guess the question is, will this last to a point that we will be seeing the 3rd dragon?
Yeah, now Rattel going for the chase up against Belby. Has to force out the World Ender, but what can you do with a massive scissors up against you? And that will be KT.RY once again securing another kill for themselves.
This is what puzzles me right now, right? Like, Belby, again, he used to play mid lane. I really remember, you know, he's an Orianna main. He used to, I guess, you know, do well with Archony in the mid lane, but now he's playing on the top lane, which is basically the home, or basically the house and home that Rattel built on the top side. All throughout the history, we've been saying this, right? KT.RY revolves their player around their superstar Baron laner, and now Rattel is welcoming Belby on the top side with open arms and is just punishing him so hard that he might just go back to the mid lane.
And look at the difference, right? It's not just about the kills. You know, 3k gold deep for Cal, that's massive, definitely. But there's also a level lead coming into the side of KT.RY. Now Marley and ProPam went in for the overextension here, and KT.RY will utilize and capitalize that advantage to just pounce them back. KT.RY will secure themselves an easy double kill.
Yeah, and now they will be transitioning over towards a potential dragon takedown. It will spawn up in a couple of seconds, and Zero just a tad bit too late. Had it been that that Zenith blade did connect over to Belby, that could have just been another death for the Aatrox. And if you, for the members of Invade, you know, they are not really catching the breaks that is often required for you to win the games against, you know, the better teams. They're just being punished hard, lane by lane, with Rattel being the #1 suspect of all, right? Like this Gwen, it's a problem, not just for the better teams, but for Invade, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, there are just a couple of these players that has certain champions that is synonymous to their name already, and Rattel is one of them. Rattel has been using the Gwen all throughout Season 2, and there's not a team that is able to control Rattel on the top side individually.
Yeah.
In an individual role matchup, it's always Rattel who's looking in for the ins and outs of Gwen and knows how to use it up against these certain champions that the opposition brings out.
Exactly, right? Like on the top side, the best way to control the Gwen is to have your jungle path top side. Recognize the fact that the Gwen does not have the flash most of the time. And with just the Ghost, it is possible for you to catch him off guard. And, you know, once a Gwen goes behind, basically all trades will be in your, or in the favor of the opponent. And again, as you said, no one has been able to do that as of yet, just because Daw is always there on his backside.
Yeah, it's a difficult moment. I mean, coming in from the very beginning, KT.RY was able to punish their opposing jungler, Merly. Did not have flash already. They were able to get that advantage. And INV, yes, they were able to get 4 kills already, but KT.RY, we've mentioned this. They know how to play on a disadvantage, and now once again, they're looking for that bank. Has to retreat already, and Rattel went in for the right flank. Delby just has to run away with World Ender on hand. BluffX as well, forcing out the flash over the hills. KT.RY, they did not get any kills, but the Baron is still open for them.
Yeah, and this will shred down in an instant. They do have lots of damage. Rattel does have damaged Luna as well, and now Acrobat is just playing guard here, making sure that no one will be allowed entry.
Baron already down to 1k. That will be KT.RY who takes it down, and INV Esports has to retreat. They cannot force this, because if they do, that will be KT.RY that can answer back. And does single-handedly, it's a 1v5, and BluffX has to run, use up the Sanguine Pool, but that is just not enough. And this is what we mentioned. KT.RY so dominating in these games.
Yeah, they were hesitating at first. KT.RY, you know, the brains worked, and basically what they wanted to do is to disengage, but Zero was trapped onto a corner and just basically said, hey, you know what, finish this.
KT.RY looking to end it. Hypro Pam wants to turn things around, but as support with no damage, that will be KT.RY who brings it to a 1-0 in the series up against the APAC flip side of INV Esports.
That was super quick, 14 minutes and 25, and